It's tranny filter time. I get my tranny filter done, get some gear lube in the rear end, hook my shifter up. I think we can see if this thing will move under its own power. I mean, I probably should try and get it running for more than a few seconds. Now I got coolant and a radiator and all that going now. I'll put the link down in the description so you can see the radiator installing. I mean, we're making progress, folks. Hopefully I can do this without making a flood of red all over my garage floor. Or I already leaked it all out the last time I had a mess. I don't know. Yep, nope. That ain't working. Oh look, I forgot to reassemble my brake pedal stuff. Probably should remember to do that. I wonder where the rest of it is. We'll put that on the to-do list. Alright, let's get, yep, Maybe I can do it now. Oh, now I remember why this didn't get done. Because it sucks. Who designed this? Oh wait, it was me. I'm gonna drop this on my eyeball, I can just tell. Come on. Haha, gotcha. Alright, it's all started. Don't even forget to tighten all that up. I should be able to just loosen these back two, and hopefully the majority of it's gonna drain out back here. Oh, I have a feeling I'm taking a shower tonight. If you see anything wrong under here, pretend you didn't. Don't want to lose these bolts. Oh, gonna need it. Oh, that one was loose. Oh, I better slow down here. I got a zip tie stabbing me in the cheek right now. Super comfortable. Super. No more stabbing me in the face. I just swept under here too. I don't see anything bad happening here. Is that enough? Oh my god, that ain't moving. Oh, she is stuck on there. Wowzers. Oh, we're getting movement now. Okay. I'm really nervous. Ooh, might not be much in there. I might have already dumped it all over the floor. I'm going for it. I'm just taking it down. Not bad. Smart guy probably would have brought some rags with him. Yep, would have. Don't fall. Whoa. Stay there. Uh-oh. Oh, I got it. Fluid looks pretty red, so that's a good sign. Doesn't smell all burned up. Let's have a look in the old pan, huh? Kind of like panning for gold. Except for we're looking for aluminum? I mean, I'm sure some stuff on the bottom's normal, right? I gotta imagine clutch wear, that's normal. I don't know. No chunks. Need more spray. I'm gonna have to restock. I'm down to my last couple cans here. Some of them are half gone. There's another one cached. Number 3's gone. This one's brand new. This will last a good couple minutes. Yeah. I'm even going to replace the O-ring that goes on the pickup tube. I impress myself once in a while. This should just slide right back up in here, right? Ooh, I'm pretty sure the other one fell out. Probably should check after the whole oil filter debacle. Confirmed, no other O-ring up there. Assuming it goes like that, everything looks normal-ish? I don't know what I'm looking at. Really make sure I get this clean. I'm really going all out here. It's gonna suck if this tranny doesn't work. How does the guy do this then? Like so? Troy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. It doesn't look right. Does it? Does it look right? I mean, there's really no other way for it to go. Just gonna give it a little snug. It just doesn't look like it's sitting right. Like this should be like that more. Like the pan's not even deep enough for that. Maybe it is. It must be fine. I mean, it literally can only go on one way. I'm gonna assume it's good. What's the best way to do this, you think? Presetting the bolts so they hold my gasket for me. I'm missing one. Oh, no, found it. Okay. I think my idea worked. Now I just gotta torque them all up. Torqued. That wasn't so bad. Here we go, folks. This is a big moment. Big moment. Filter's changed. Shifter is hooked up. There is gear loop in the axle. We are gonna drop some fluid down the tube. And then obviously we got to start it to get it to circulate and warm up and check the level. So we might as well do that too. And if we're gonna start it, we might as well clip her into gear and see if the old wheels back there want to do a little rotating for us and see if we've done everything right so far, or at least close enough to right. It's empty. That's good. We want it to be empty. Dump the entire pan because I changed the filter, so it's going to take all of a gallon, I'm sure. Uh-oh. I almost, yeah, that would have been a bad mess. There's a full gallon in there now. We'll have a little look-see underneath. Make sure we haven't got any Red Seas going on. And we're looking good so far. How much does it take? Should I put some more in? I did dip the old stick here and for the oil too, and my oil leaks with the filter issue has ran me a little low. But now we got that fixed because there was an extra seal in there that I forgot to take out when I switched. Never mind. It's all good now. I put the filter back on. I'm just going to assume it's fixed. This is expensive oil. I use it in my Nova, but it's all I have. That'll probably take a few minutes to get down there because it's leaking out my valve cover right now because I forgot about that issue. Oh God, it's everywhere. Ugh! Why does it leak so bad? I don't know, but it's leaking the whole way. Whatever. Another day, another problem. So we'll readdress that. Oh, I like how they put a gauge on the side of this, but don't have anywhere for you to see through the bottle to see how much you got in there. Good job on that one. I'm gonna say that's about a quart. Should be fine. 5 quarts in. The pan was empty. I gotta fill my lines in my radiator up with the training fluid. Should be fine. Going through my mental checklist. I'm sure there's something I'm gonna forget. There always is. Should be done welding in the back now, so I should be safe to fill that tank up with some fuel. Then I can make sure that doesn't leak and everything else, because if that leaks, that sucks. Then we're gonna crank her up. So when I put that fuel tank in there, I didn't account for having to put fuel in there without a pump. It's not very fun. But good thing gas evaporates fast, and I probably have a gallon or so in there. I don't know. I have some in there. Ooh, I almost started this and the broom handle was laying on the belt. That would have been bad. Pump some fuel up. Completely dry system, but we got fuel. Brakes might need a little help. This thing's on. Temperature's not coming up on the gauge. I don't know if that's right or not. When you put a bunch of used parts together, you don't know what works. Like it's idling awful high. I gotta figure out what that's about. I will deal with that later. Let's crank her back up. 140 degrees at the thermostat housing, it's fine. Right at the temp sensor is 100 degrees. This gauge I don't think is working for the coolant temp. I'm gonna have to sacrifice and buy something. I don't know if it's the sending unit or if it's the gauge or what's going on. But it ain't working, so that's gotta be fixed. 175 degrees on the tank. That's an aluminum tank. I probably should figure out why my rear brakes aren't working very well either. They are all brand new. This is exciting. I've got the idle screws all the way out, so it can't idle any lower through those. I mean, I can't get it to force anymore. So I don't know what's going on. But I think to diagnose where I'm at with this, I gotta put a tack in it. I know it's kind of out of the norm for me to do things that I should do versus stuff that I just want to do. I get it, but the guy's got to do what he's got to do. But I've tried 4 different used tacks and I've had 0 luck. 2 that don't work, 1 that's all over the place, and 1 is showing that's 1,000 RPMs higher than what it actually is because I went and hooked my voltmeter up to my spark plug here and tested it to know exactly what I got for RPMs. So I am 0 for 4 on tacks. I've wired in my fan and my water pump and now we're on switches. So that's done, but it's definitely idling too high and I'm gonna try and fiddle with the carburetors and I'll probably screw it up, but I'm gonna try. I should write the current turns down so I remember what they're at. So if I screw it all up and make it run like crap, at least I can put it back to where the carb builder put them. 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2 1/4. Right. 2 1/4 turns. 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2. That's level. 1/2, 1, 1/2, 1/2. Number 2, 1 1/2. 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2, 2 turns. I can't find an easy button answer on the webs. I'm just gonna set these to where I think they should be set. See how it runs. Maybe we should check the timing. I have never put a timing light on a blower motor before. So this is gonna be new to me. Let's just see how we do here. Temp didn't even reach 180 on the gauge. This bottom hose is cold. What does that mean? Does that mean my thermostat's not opening? It's at 180 on the gauge. I'll figure it out. Blip, 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 blip. I have no idea what I'm doing. Put them all back at 1.5. Start over. That lower radiator hose is still cold. Do you think we ran out of gas already? No. Couldn't have. Possibly. There ain't no gas. Ain't got no gas in it. So here's what's happening. Either A, my water pump ain't working, which is possible, it's used, it's old. Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. This lower radiator hose is ice cold. So that tells me fluid ain't moving for whatever reason. B, could be my thermostat is not opening for some stupid reason. It's brand new, you'd think that wouldn't be the issue, but it could be. So I gotta address that issue, but it's really hot right now. And 3, I've already ran out of gas. So I was making adjustments based on the way it was running, and it was running out of gas. So that's perfect. Do I change the water pump? Do I change the thermostat? Do I just pull the thermostat out? I got restrictors, I can put a restrictor in there. Do I put a mechanical water pump on it? I don't know. All the extra smoke you're seeing from this side, yeah, that's because this valve cover leaks like a frickin' sieve. Here's my current dilemma. And yes, it's my own fault, I think. What do you do? I screw up a lot. I'm sorry. I pulled the lower radiator hose off my radiator. Other than a little spillage on the floor, out of the 3 gallons I put in, it's only filled up to here. Not nearly enough. So yeah. There's a chance that my whole steaming and overheating issue I've been having is I may not have had enough coolant in the radiator. It's difficult, people. It's got this 90-degree elbow here. You can't see anything. I'm winging it. I even popped my thermostat out, and no coolant came out of that either. So she's definitely low. What I am gonna do, being I've got my thermostat out, is I'm just gonna pop like an 1/8 hole in this thing, and then I'm gonna put it all back together and try again. Try again. But first I need a hole. Does it matter where I put the hole? Shouldn't matter where I put the hole, should it? Is 1 enough? I think so. Now I just gotta put it all back together again. These are one of those problems you never think about when you're building a blower motor. It's like, how's the thermostat housing gonna be to get to? It never even crossed my mind as being difficult. My hand's too fat. I can't get it in here. Ow. That isn't fun. If this doesn't actually fix the problem, I do have a water pump on order. But it'd be nice if I didn't need to put it on. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna reuse the coolant. The 1/2 gallon that's probably in here. Forgot to shut the petcock. Petcock. And I keep losing it out the damn thingy about her. The who's-a-dilly. The overflow reservoir hose thing. Just put a hose on it. Okay, game on. No, stop. Yeah, so it's a little messy. That's awesome. So what appears to have happened, and why I've got a leak, my thermostat must have slipped down out of the hole and is pinched between my housing and my intake. therefore not sealing, therefore allowing liquid to escape, therefore frustrating me. So I'll drain it again. Ever have that feeling of deja vu, like you just did something? How am I gonna do this without losing all my coolant now? The joys of working on cars. I mean, I just put all that coolant in the car and now it's all over my floor. But what? I mean, whatever. Super, yeah. Super happy about that. Running out of floor dry, so that's helpful. So now I got this mess to work in. Yay! Maybe I drained enough out that I can take that off. Probably not. We're gonna try anyways. I don't know how to do this without making just a huge freaking mess everywhere. Ow, I just punched the block. Weird, everything's covered in coolant. That's odd. How do we look now? We're getting there, folks. It's a frickin' mess, but we're getting there. Basically just gonna keep recirculating the same fluid. This is real life building hot rods, folks. Unless you're an expert and you don't make mistakes. Or at least not as many. So far, no leaks. Obviously, there's not as much in there yet, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Why does it seem that what should be the simplest, easiest job of this whole deal turned out to be the worst, miserable, mess-making pain in the ass that there is? But my thermostat housing's not leaking. We got fluid moving. We have fluid sitting in the reservoir there. It's like 85 degrees out and raining today, so I had to shut my big garage door because the rain was blowing straight in here, which was causing a huge problem. So, I'm gonna get my AC up and going. Haven't used this thing yet this year. Hopefully it still works. Ooh. Somebody not happy. My brakes have been bled again. Had a brake pedal made up, but that's scraping the sidewall, so I'll have to modify the modified brake pedal. Super. For the record, I don't really want it to move. I just want to know if it will move. Hopefully I don't drive it into my garage door. It doesn't have enough charge in it. Son of a mother.